my name is Rachel Porter. I am here to talk about SDG Goal 11 in Iceland, Sustainable Cities and Communities. So I want to start off with smart cities and the discussion that they bring up. Smart cities are an effective way to truly modernize an environment, and while that can come at a cost in regards to security, it can greatly help the connectivity between sectors. And so in the case of planning new cities, if we're looking at urbanization as a whole and we want to plan a new city, if you are doing it in a way that is made to be sustainable, it will work wonderfully. There is a video at this link of a city in Dubai that was created to be completely 100% sustainable, self-sufficient, and it is truly incredible to see what can be done when planned for. Because most of the cities that we have not been constructed with the thought of carbon emissions and everything else that has come about because of urbanization. So what does that mean about renovating current cities? Renovating our current cities is where people fail to plan. They try to find a quick solution, and that is not going to work in a case where we're trying to be sustainable. We have to put heavy investment to it, and we have to be willing to make changes, lifestyle changes potentially, in order to make it better. So, what can Iceland add to current existing cities? They can't add much. Iceland is a very small country. And they're all very compact as of right now. They're all along the coast, or all the cities are along the coast. They're near ports. They're near areas that can possibly be endangered if a hefty storm came by, or not a hefty storm. You know what I'm trying to say. And as of 2020, 94% of people in Iceland live in these urban areas. So these people are very vulnerable to whatever could happen on the coast. And what they're trying to do, as of now, is seek to connect these cities with each other, with trains, with buses, with whatever manner they can do at the moment, and continue to advance that as technology advances. Continuing to secure renewable technology is a big one, since they pride themselves on the ability to have their nearly 100% renewable energy grid. And compact cities, the government is looking to sort of pack cities denser. It doesn't sound good in concept, however, it might be their best option given their situation. There's lots of rural land in Iceland, and there's a lot of folklore and history that the country wants to protect, and the government is very supportive of this endeavor. And so rather than trying to expand and urbanize the entire country, they are willing to make sacrifices within these cities to preserve the history that comes with Iceland. So I want to go over briefly CO2 emissions. You would think that, wow, since Iceland has this extensive renewable energy grid, they're producing less CO2 emissions. And while yes, that is the case, it is not as vast of a difference as I anticipated it would be. Here we have both the US and Iceland being compared to each other, and while there was a stark difference at first, it is very quickly growing. They are quickly growing to meet each other, and Iceland is looking like it's going to continue going up a little bit just in these past few years with the pandemic and all. So hopefully they won't come up to meet a point. Hopefully Iceland can keep going down in terms of their emissions, and the United States can keep going down. It used to be far apart, and yes, Iceland is rising And the capital is aiming to be completely carbon neutral by 2040. And that is slowly but surely coming in on us. It can feel slow, it can feel quick, it could, whatever it will be. It's 15 years from now, so they need to have a plan for what they're going to be doing. So what are Iceland's current implementations? They operate off of a nearly 100% renewable energy grid and utilizing hydropower and geothermal power. And nearly 80% of their power, or nearly 80% of their electricity is provided through hydropower, and the rest of it is from geothermal. However, the vast majority of heating for buildings is provided from geothermal power. So the majority of power that Iceland is getting is through hydro, is through the fact that they are an island, which is not something that I originally thought. The past few weeks when I've been researching Iceland, I thought most of it was from geothermal, since the location of the country has vast different sorts of land features and all. I thought most of it was geothermal. I did not realize how much they harvested from water, which I thought was really interesting, and I would like to see what they do with that within the years to come. And also, currently, widespread use of IoT technology is in cities and within their power grid management. They're trying to increase public transport, like I said before. They also have the capital city, and the government has put out a municipal plan to increase the sustainable architecture for nearly 20 years, and they've continued to expand upon it. The document is very hefty. It took a while to load on my end, but reading through it, they have amazing guidelines put in place that they want to try to follow, and they're very methodically analyzing the dangers that the world could face and that need to be addressed when they are constructing these cities that, they've already been made. These cities are already being made. They're not trying to make new cities. They want to improve what they have built, in doing so in a way that will be long lasting. So my proposed solutions, I can't say that they're at fault for nearly anything that they're doing. They've really been putting in the effort for what they want to accomplish, and they are achieving that. They are not giving the public broken promises in any sort of capacity. So I would really like to see them continue their research into optimizing their energy efficiency and making backup plans on the chance that geothermal energy is no longer accessible, because while they do have access to it and the various sorts of inclement weather that accompany it, with earthquakes and volcanic activity and everything of that matter, if their geothermal energy supply were to not be accessible in a capacity, the entire island would suffer. And review, and if necessary, update the municipal plan to accommodate upcoming technology. There is no mention of AI or really IoT in the municipal plan, and that's to be expected since it was originally developed in 2010. However, since it is being expanded upon and it will continue to be used, I would like to see them incorporate those elements where possible. But I think they are heading in a very good direction, and hopefully they can help spread to the rest of the world their plans for sustainable living. So yeah, that's my presentation, and thank you for watching.